Hi, my name's Sean, and I'm a software developer at Smallstep Labs. Today, I'm going to show you the new Posix and principal management features that we've recently rolled out to the Smallstep SSH professional product. Prior to rolling out these features, Smallstep really just managed users' sudo access on managed hosts. The Posix group management features allow you to get more granular access to your users by assigning them to Posix groups on hosts via their IDP groups. You can use these groups to assign specific permissions to users, such as access to files or peripherals. The principal management feature allows you to sync additional principals to users' SSH certificates via their IDP groups as well, which allows you to give users access to a shared user, such as a deploy user on a host. Before I show you how to set this up on the dashboard, I'm going to give you a quick example of how this would work on one of my Smallstep managed hosts. First, I'm going to SSH to the host. Then I'm going to try to access a file on that host. As you can see, I don't have the permissions to access this file. This file is owned by the root and voice groups. Now I'm going to show you how I can assign a Posix group to my user on the Smallstep dashboard so this user can access this file. On the Smallstep dashboard, I'm going to navigate to the Users tab. Here you can see I've already synced an IDP group, and I have users and a handful of groups synced. I'm going to go ahead and edit one of the groups that I know that my user is a member of. On the group edit page, I'm going to see the Posix group option. I'm going to go ahead and add a Posix group. If you remember from a few minutes ago, the file on that host was managed by the voice user. So I'm going to add my user to the voice group. What you'll notice here is that there's a managed and unmanaged button. A managed Posix group is a Posix group that's going to be managed by Smallstep, which means we will create the group on the machine for you, as well as add the user's memberships to it. An unmanaged group is going to be a native Posix group that already exists on your machine, such as voice, fax, or root. I'm going to go ahead now and click Save to add the Posix group membership to this IDP group. Now I'm going to go back to my terminal, SSH to that host, and try to open that file. If I want to see the groups my user is a member of, I can just type in groups. Here you can now see that Sean has been added to the voice group. Now, if I try to read that file, I can see the contents. One thing to note with the Posix group feature is that your hosts need to be running Step SSH utilities version 0.22 or greater, which was released on January 13th, 2023. If you have an older host, you'll need to upgrade it. We can link the steps to upgrade your hosts in the description below. Next, I'm going to show you how the group principal feature works. I'm going to go back to my Smallstep dashboard and edit the same group my user was a member of. Back on the Groups tab, I'm going to go ahead and edit my web team again. I'm going to choose Edit, and now I'm going to add a principal. On my host, I have a shared user named web, which the web team uses to deploy their infrastructure. I'm going to add that user to the web team, which was synced via my IDP. I'm going to hit save. Now, in order to use this, my user is going to have to renew their certificate to get a new certificate with the additional principals. In order to get a new certificate, I'm going to log out of Smallstep using step SSH logout. Now, I'm going to renew my certificate. I'm going to authenticate via my IDP. Now, I can inspect that certificate with Smallstep to view the additional principals. Here, you can see my user now has an additional principal, web. Now, I can SSH to my host as the web team user and deploy. That's it. Those are two new features that are simple to use and allow you to get a lot more control over your users' access to your Smallstep managed devices. Really excited about them and hope you try them out. Let us know what you think.